everybody. I'm having some technical difficulties, so give me 1 second and I will be on. I know it's a little annoying, but here we go. There we go. Oh my God, that was so stressful, so I'm so glad you're all here. So let me just get myself situated, because we're going to make amazing Israeli food so far. I think I need a drink. I'm not quite sure. So hi everybody out there. I'm going to turn on my computer so I can see all the comments that you're making. So it's over here. Am I in the shot? I'm in the shot? Okay. Thank God my husband was home. He's like the best. So I'm just going to check and see, make sure everything's working properly. And now that we're on. Hi. I'm Beth from Blue Barn Kitchen. This is the kitchen at the barn. I hope you like what we're going to make tonight because I know my family really likes it. I have all this great stuff behind me. We're going to do it together. So everything I'm making is from my trip to Israel. I just came back from Israel. Just making sure that we're all on. So I went to Israel last week, and I had this I got home from last week, I was the week before, and we had all this amazing food. So when you're in Israel and you sit down and you have just like a regular meal, they put all these great salads down in front of you. Almost like a Korean barbecue, or thinking what else does it? Maybe like tapas has a little that stuff they put out. So you get Israeli salad, which we'll be making, a chopped salad. You get couscous with herbs. You get eggplant with tahini, which I'm going to show you about what tahini is all about as well. You get all this great food because, in America, what would you get? Butter? Right, exactly. So I'm going to show you how to make, the first thing we're going to make is shawarma. It's S-C-H-W-A-R-M-A. Shawarma. It's a kind of chicken, marinated chicken that they cut up and they put in great hot pita. So I hope you guys are going to like that. We're also going to make some hummus. A lot of my friends have been asking me how to make hummus. Super easy, super good. Much better than anything you're going to buy in a container. We're going to make chopped salad, and we're going to make Israeli chopped salad, brown rice pistachio salad, and chicken shawarma and the hummus. So I think we'll have enough time to do all that. We have about an hour, but I want to wait for some people to get on, and then we'll start. So I'm going to check and see who's on so far. The computer has been crazy today, and I feel like Sprint's out to get me today. So let's see what's going on with that. So let's see, we're all on. Here we go. Let's go. 10 shares. Yay! Hi, Allison. Hi, Samantha. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. I hope you like Israeli food. Okay, so what we're going to do is get started. So first we're going to make chicken shawarma. And this is how I really like to set up when I'm making multiple meals or multiple dishes for one meal. I like to have all my ingredients. I really use a sheet pan. Put everything in the sheet pan, take it over to where you're going to be prepping and doing everything. And then you have all the ingredients. You're not going back to the fridge for anything. You're not going back to the cupboard for anything. You have it all. And usually what I'm doing, if I'm home by myself and I'm not with you guys, I tape all of my recipes up on the doors. And that way I can just look up and see what else I need. And I don't need to be searching around for stuff. Making sure my husband's home helping me with my camera. I hope it's going to work now. He's putting it all together. Before that's watching, maybe there's a dish that you really like to eat while you were there, or something that you really like when you get home, or if you go to a Mediterranean restaurant, they make falafel, and you can get baba ganoush, and you can get tahini and hummus, and radishes, beets, a lot of that kind of stuff is all Israeli food. So what we're going to start with today is the chicken shawarma. Different spices. So look at all the spice colors here. We got the turmeric, we got the paprika, we got the cumin. This one's a little bit of cinnamon. So these are things that you could kind of use in everyday cooking, but not really. So when that last time you used cinnamon and cumin together, unless you were making a specific dish. So what the marinade entails is a little bit of all this. So it's 2 teaspoons of each of them with lemon juice. So about a squeeze of lemon. This is really what you want smell-o-vision. A little bit of garlic. So I pre-minced the garlic. It smells so good already. And to make sure that goes all over the chicken. a little bit of olive oil. So this is, like I said, this is a marinated dish. So I do have some marinating in the refrigerator, which I will get in a second. So you're going to mix that all up. And I already have my chicken here. All the chicken thighs. Okay, so I'm a big Trader Joe's gal, I guess you would say. I usually only go to Trader Joe's because I find I can get everything I need there. I know it's organic. I know that it's there's no in-between. The reason I like Trader Joe's is because they kind of make their own stuff. So I'm going to mix this really, really well. I want to add a little extra pinch of salt. This is my salt piggy. So a little extra pinch of salt. There you go. On top. I'm going to pour it over my chicken. Yum. So it's like brown and red and got all these good flavors. Now you want to make sure that you're going to really mix this up really well. You can get your hands in there. It'll be all good. So you want to make sure that you can get everything all mixed up in there. You know, they're chicken thighs are kind of like close together, so you want to open them up and get it in there. And they're just going to go on a tray like this. I like to cook it with some red onion. So you get a little olive oil just to cover the tray just a little bit. Oop, that was a lot. So if you put too much, take a little paper towel and spread it around. Perfect. Throw it in your sink. Okay. So we got the chicken marinated. So it's marinated for like an hour and a half. It can actually marinate overnight if you really wanted to. So I'm going to ask my husband to give me the bowl of chicken that's in the refrigerator so that we can use it. So we can put this in the fridge and make this when my kids come home. Right, so you got the garlic and all that good stuff. Can I take it out already? Nope. So we're going to put the red onion on the pan. And don't really worry about where the red onion goes. Thank you, honey. This has been marinating for about an hour. I'm giving this one put back in the fridge. So you can see it's been marinating for about an hour. You want to mix it up a little bit more. And just pour it on. So you want some of that mixture to go all over the red onions. Mixture out of the pan. There we go. Okay. And the best part about this is that if you have a sous chef like your husband to clean up all the dishes, it's even better. Okay. So when I'm making this dish, if I have any extra vegetables left over, if I have some eggplant, I'll cut it up. I'll just put it in here just to cook with this. This is like a small dish. I mean a small one because I'll cook the other one later. But the red onion is going to give it such great flavor. So I'm going to put this in the oven, which is already heated to 425. And that's going to go on, that's going to go for about 40 minutes. So just check, make sure I got that. So I'm going to put the timer on. All good. And then let's leave it. So with this dish, if you want it to be crispier when it comes out, you can broil it, or you can put it on the pan quickly and just sear it up a little that way. So I'm going to take all of our great spices off the table. Because next I have something people have been asking me for a while to make is, I don't know if it's going to reach, I'll do it over here, hummus. So hummus is garbanzo beans. This is the Trader Joe's can of garbanzo beans. Chickpeas and garbanzo beans are essentially the same in the U.S. Other countries are different. You can buy them dry. You can buy them in a can. I have no problem buying them in a can. Let me see if anybody looks yummy. Thank you, Duana. Love your kitchen olives. Thank you. Ooh, grape leaves. I forgot about those. We can make those one time. Those would be awesome. They're fun to make. Thank you so much. Okay, so we can do the grape leaves. I mean, we can do the garbanzo beans. So all I did is I took them, I strained them, and I put them into my handy dandy food processor. You can use a Vitamix, which I have right here. You can use anything that you have that's like a food processor, or even a mini chop. So what we're going to put in here, again, is lemon juice. We're going to put the olive oil. So I know it's a little bit much of olive oil, but it really makes a difference. You got about a 1/3 cup of olive oil. There we go. Fresh garlic, which I already mixed up, so we got some fresh garlic. Sometimes you gotta use your fingers, right? We got some fresh garlic. And then we have, this is the tahini. So this is the Trader Joe's tahini. And you want to make sure when you're looking at the ingredients of the tahini that it just says ground sesame seeds. You don't want any salt or sugar or any preservatives or nothing in it. If it does, put it back on the shelf and go buy something else. You can buy refrigerated. This needs to be refrigerated after you open it, but I'm gonna open it. I know my husband's now salivating. He loves tahini. So we're gonna open it up. Ooh. It smells like smushed sesame seeds. So we're gonna do 3 tablespoons. So it's like a gooey, so you can see it. It's like a gooey, yummy consistency. You're gonna put it right in here. I'm gonna add some sea salt to this. And then I'm gonna turn it on. And that's really how you make hummus. You can make your own tahini. Actually, it was in Israel. I'll post a video later. You can make your own tahini and by grounding in like a Vitamix or like a small mini chop. So this sesame seeds. So when I was in Israel, there's this place called Bafein Yehuda. I think I got that right. And there's a guy who had these huge stone circles pressed against each other with sesame seeds in between, and it was just like amazing. It was so cool. You could smell the tahini coming out of everything. To put in there. So we get some sea salt. While I have this on here from my pig. Putting the sea salt on. And then I'm going to turn this on, so it's going to be loud for a second, but it's going to be totally worth it. So you really want to do this so it has this smooth consistency. That's it. Let go for a minute. Looks yummy. Thank you so much. So if you have any questions, keep type them. Please share. So it looks a little dry, so I'm going to add a little bit more, when it's going, a little bit more olive oil. There we go. So good. Smells good, right? Fresh tahini. So you can always make it go longer so it's smoother, but for time, we'll scrape it down from the sides, and it's getting there. It takes about, 2 or 3 minutes to really get the consistency right. So let's get it right so you can see what it really looks like. It's going. You can add a little more tahini if you want different flavors. You can add more lemon, you can add garlic, you can add mint, you can add jalapenos, you can add chickpeas, edamame, soybeans. You can add a little bit of everything to make it your flavor. I'm sure if you go online onto Google and you Google different types of hummus, you can find a million different recipes. This is a really simple one. I like really simple foods, low ingredients, whole foods, and then you're getting like the real thing. So I think it's going to look really good. Let's check it out. So I like mine a little chunky. Oh, this looks so good. Andrew, you're going to die when you eat this. Maybe we'll make them taste it. What do you think? If you guys want me to make them taste it in the comments. Okay, so we're going to spoon this out. The other thing that I like to do, when I'm making hummus or I'm making some salads like this, I really want to make it more of a meal. So what I did before we started was I sauteed up some mushrooms with garlic. So I literally took a package of mushrooms with olive oil and a little bit of garlic, and I sauteed it up. And that's what you get, sauteed mushrooms. So since my little guy's not here and I know he doesn't like mushrooms, we can have what we want. So you're going to pour this into a nice bowl. Oh, this looks so good. If you want it creamier, you just have to make it go longer. So you spread it out into this beautiful bowl. And then there's always toppings. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of the tahini. We're going to pour a little tahini over the top. Make like a little gully of the tahini. Oh, that looks so good. Right, Andrew, doesn't this look so good? Yes, it does. And then we're going to put the tomatoes right in the center, just like that. Put a little spoon in there. And then we're going to take a little bit of paprika. This is smoked paprika. You can do sweet paprika, like a little bit on top, just to give it a little bit of color. There we go. A little bit of color. And And then I picked up some pita. So I would serve this with some pita, which you can cut up, just like this. I'll show you how. You take the 3 pitas together, or 2 or 3 pitas together. Put it on your board, cut it in half like this. And then do it again. And then what I'll usually do is I'll heat them up after I do this. So I'll take a whole bunch of little pitas. And then I'm sure some of my guys would like me to keep it like this, but no. It's still carbs, still bread. You want to have it like that. So we can do a little bit of both. And then you can toast these. You can either heat them up beforehand, but then when I heat it up beforehand, it always burns my hands when I cut it. So we're going to do this instead. And then you can put a couple points in your hummus, and then if you wanted to get cucumber, you can cut the cucumber up as well. I like to cut it lengthwise. Cut the bottom off, then cut a couple of strips. Don't cut your fingers, I've done that too. And then cut it in half. And then serve it. I bet your family will eat it. I know they'll enjoy it. They might not admit it because sometimes they don't like to admit it for us, but doesn't this look delicious? And that's easy hummus in less than 5 minutes. That's really easy and really good, and I hope you guys like that one. A little bit of cleanup, but I really did it. So let's see if any comments are make Andrew taste it. Come on, let's make Andrew taste it. We have some watchers, right? Some people on. Looks good. Okay, so I need a cucumber. Mmm. These are Persian cucumbers. My son said to me today, why are they called Persian? I'm like, he says, there's no more Persia. I'm like, no honey, they're Persian style. So we're going to put these in a nice bowl. And in Israel, this is the bread of choice. This is what you get at a table. You would get this, you would get some olives, you would get some eggplant, you get a little bit of everything. We got the hummus made. Now we're going to do chopped Israeli salad. This is actually one of my favorites. Let me get a bowl. And wait till I show you guys this huge tomato I got at Trader Joe's today. So this is like a less than fast cutting. So this is, I got, let's see, 2 cups of diced cucumbers. That's about maybe a little less than 2 cups. I have a little bit more. So look at this great tomato I got. This tomato is crazy. Looks like a farm-raised tomato, isn't it? This is probably a good 2 cups. So we're going to rinse it off and cut it up. So in this chopped salad, it's cucumber, tomato, a little bell pepper, some parsley. See, I got everything right here. Some parsley, olive oil, kosher salt, salt and pepper. So really simple, really easy, and really ingredients you can find anywhere.
Somebody had asked if you had put tomatoes on top of the hummus, but it looked brown.
Oh no, this was
mushrooms.
Oh, these mushrooms. Here, I'll show you. Here's the mushrooms and smoked paprika. Okay, again, if you guys are just joining us, my name is Beth Neidick. I'm from Blue Barn Kitchen, and today we're making Israeli-inspired foods inspired by my trip to Israel. So what we've made so far, we have chicken shawarma cooking in the oven. This is hummus with sauteed mushrooms and garlic, pita points and cucumbers. On top I put the mushrooms and a little bit of sweet paprika. You could put cayenne, you could put whatever you'd like. This is really my family's favorite. So I love that you asked some questions. Keep asking questions, so tell me what they are. Wait, refresh my page so I can see all the questions, but I don't see them here. Because like I said before, computers hate me today. I don't know why, but they do. But that's okay. We're gonna make some good. We're gonna have a really good dinner. I hope my son eats all this when he gets home from karate, but he really likes it. So there we go. There I am. You can see all the comments. Oh, they want a close-up pic.
Already got.
Oh, you got it? Okay, good. Meg, what's wrong? Meg's got a crying face. I don't know why. Tell me what's up. Tell me what's up, Meg. Okay, so what we're going to do is cut up the cucumbers. So line them up. I like to cut up little rounds. So, but we do it 2 different ways. So you can cut it in pieces like this, and then cut it in half. But this salad, there might be a lot of ingredients and a lot of chopping, but you want to do it fast. So So if you just prep everything, cut it in quarters or cut it in halves like I have. Let me move the tomato so you can see. Right, cut it in quarters. And a big knife always helps when you're cutting stuff like this. But you know, if your chicken's cooking and you already have your appetizer, making your salad, while you cook, then you know, what else are you gonna do? All right, anything else you want to do? Okay, so we're gonna cut them up in little pieces. We're gonna try to make it uniform because when you have it in when you eat it in the salad, you kind of want it to be uniform pieces. Oop. Usually when I drop things, my dog eats them, but I hooked them up today so that he wouldn't be bothering us. So again, I'm going to cut the cucumbers in half, and then half again, right, in half again. And this is something like if you have teenage kids, or if you have, not even teenage kids, you know, kids in like almost teenage, 11, 12, 13, and you can get them those kid knives that aren't so sharp, they can make this. This is super easy for them to make. And I always think if you're arming kids with little recipes they can make when they're bigger, when they're in college, or when they're our age, then you're setting them up right. There we go. So then you put it in your bowl. This is a little bowl, but that's okay. So it's got 2 cups of cucumbers. Super easy. Should we cut up my big tomato? I'm kind of feel sad cutting up my big tomato. But we'll see. Okay, so we need a different knife for tomatoes. Did you guys know you need different knives for different vegetables? This knife doesn't have any teeth on it. This one does, and you need the ones with teeth for tomatoes, otherwise you can't cut it. So I like using this one better, and I'll use this for the peppers, but we'll use it for the tomatoes. So cut the tomato in half. Okay, so when you cut the tomato in half, this is what it looks like, right? Any questions? It looks very delicious. You know, thank you so much. So this is going to be delicious. If anyone wants to come taste it, come over. So here's the tomato. So what I like to do is I like to squish out the tomato, get some of the water out, get some of the insides out, because sometimes it makes like a wet salad. So I'm just going to cut it into strips. Let me know if I'm going too fast when I'm cutting. I know that cutting skills is something hard. I've taken a lot of cutting classes. I actually give some cutting classes. But if you have a local like King Studio or any cooking studio, and you want to take a cooking class, take a knife skills class, because that'll help you beyond anything. So I always like to cut them into, and I like my piece, I know I'm making them kind of big. Oop. I know I'm making the pieces kind of big, but I like them kind of big. So if you like it smaller, cut it smaller. And plus it's faster that way. And nobody seems to mind in my house. I think my cutting skills, teachers would not be happy with this right now, but that's okay, I'm doing it fast. So that's half a tomato, we just put that in. And again, like fresh tomatoes smell so good, and you know they're fresh because they're not that yucky inside, that mushy inside. You don't never want to have that. What I do is I cut out the top, that green part on the top. It never looks good. And it never tastes good. So we're going to do the same thing this time. We're going to cut it. I'll show you better. Cut it this way. And then cut it this way. You can cut smaller pieces. And then you can get the sizes that you want. Turn it over, keep cutting. So cutting a tomato doesn't take that long. Not that hard. And even if you have to cut it smaller, you want to cut it cut more of it, cut it into smaller pieces, that's okay too. There we go. So so far we got the cucumbers and tomatoes, and now we got the orange pepper. So again, we're going to cut it in half. So what do we have inside this pepper? All this stuff. So you just got to pull it out, throw it into your sink. You know what also I like to have is like a garbage bag right near me? Let me show you guys. I like to have a garbage bag, and I usually keep it near me. That way you can compost whatever you're not going to use. Sometimes if your sink's not so close, then that works too. Just getting out all the seeds. Just going to pull this one out, you can see. And get all the seeds out. So again, I'm just going to cut it into strips. And this is one of my favorite foods. It's got great lycopene, it's got great antioxidants, it's got great flavor. You can get your kids to start eating peppers at a young age. It's a great snack for them too. I always have cut up peppers in the house. Unfortunately, I'm the only one that eats them. But I keep doing it. Hopefully one day that they will eat it too. Maybe my husband. He's going like this. No. So cut them in one way, cut them the other way. These are a lot easier to cut than the tomato because it's not so squishy. But then you have everything is kind of the same size. There you go. Easy? Anyone gonna tell me it's easy? Or anyone tell me to slow down? Let's see. Hi, Sandy from Texas. Nice to meet you. I'm Beth Neidick. This is Blue Barn Kitchen, and we're making some Israeli food. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Share, share, and then share again. Please share this video. Please share all the videos on Domestic Superhero. Please share all my videos and all the stuff on Blue Barn Kitchen. Go over there, hit a like. I would really appreciate it as well. We make these kind of videos. I'll be making these videos weekly for Domestic Superhero. It's really what I love is to show you guys how to make healthy, real food dinners that are super easy, super fast. I'm doing a lot of different recipes today, but usually when I make dinner, it takes me 20-25 minutes. And that's not because I know how to cut stuff up. It's because I know what to buy and I know how to buy it, and that's when I show you how to do it. So I got the pepper. So again, we're going to cut it into strips. I'm working on the cutting and not cutting myself. So I think it's working well. I mean, cutting looking at you and not cutting myself. Because sometimes I watch TV and they don't always look down, they kind of look at you at the camera while they're cutting. So I'm just going to cut these in little strips and little squares. And plus this is a really colorful meal. It's got the green, it's got the red, it's got orange. We're going to add some parsley, some olive oil. Here we go. Half of it's cut up already. And then this is stuff you can prep. So if you're having people over and you want to make this, or even you're going to somebody's house and you want to make this, I lost my napkin. You're going to go to somebody's house and you want to bring a great salad and not just a romaine salad or an iceberg lettuce salad or something like that no one's really going to eat. People really eat this. I bring it to parties all the time and they're like, Beth, you make the best salads. It's like, no, I just make salads full of real food. So I'm going to deep it down for a second. So I need to get a bigger bowl. Okay, so this big bowl can show you guys what it is. So look, here's the orange and the red and all the great cucumbers. Perfect. Okay, so next is the parsley. So I buy parsley like this. It's already kind of like clean for you. The problem with buying parsley like this is you don't always use all of it. So this recipe calls for a half a cup. So a half a cup is kind of like your fist. So what I'll do is I'll open it up, and this is already pre-washed. I'll just cut off a piece and put the rest back in. If I don't use it within 3 or 4 days, I'll do a couple different things. I will put it in the food processor with some oil and make like parsley oil and then freeze it so that when I want to make something, I can pull it just a cube out and put it in a pan and cook it up real fast. You can also just freeze it by itself. I would always put like a paper towel in there as well and freeze it. But if you freeze it in little sections, you'll use it more. If you just freeze it like this, I bet you'll throw it out in 3 months. Just a little tip from me to you. Okay, so we're going to use the bigger knife again. And I'm cutting up the parsley with all these little things, the little stems, which is fine. I like the stems in it. You don't like the stems in it, take the stems out. It actually adds more fiber. Okay, excuse me, I'm not going to always look at you because I'm afraid I'm going to cut my fingers when I do the parsley. So you cut it once this way, and then hold down the top of your knife, and you're going to go over it a couple times. Keep moving it back to the center. And I don't mind having like big pieces and little pieces. Andrew, do you mind if I do big pieces or little pieces when you eat it? Oh.
Nope.
Nope. Does anyone else care? No one wants Andrew to try any of this stuff? He's getting really hungry. Here we go. Okay, so we're just going to cut it. Cut it into little pieces. And again, we're going to put it in. So it's a little bit of cleanup, not that much cleanup. Put all this in. You're going to see how great it looks together. So you can even use your knife, just mix it up. Okay, and then what it needs is a little bit of kosher salt. Let's see. I just want to make sure I have all your comments right. Okay. Got a little bit of kosher salt, about 1/8 of a teaspoon. I love these little wooden spoons. They're so great. I hear my dog. I think he wants to say hi to you guys. Add a little pepper. It's my little pepper holder. Nice. It's okay. I think somebody just came in my house. They don't realize that I'm always working. We're going to add some olive oil. So it's about a tablespoon of olive oil, not that much. Great. A little black pepper. And then we're going to mix it up. I'll show you guys this great salad. Great salad. There we go. So this is chopped Israeli salad. Really, I'm just checking the time. Really, really good. Really, really easy. Smells really good. If you want to add some mint, some coriander, some basil, any of the other herbs that you want to add to this, you can. It's really simple. Cut them up and add them. Not a big deal. But I think you're going to really like it. And I think that having this kind of salad in your refrigerator and being able to go to it, like make it a big bowl. Even if it's just you, make a big bowl. It stays for like 4 or 5 days. Put it in a Tupperware. You know, I have to like get off some of the liquid every morning or not, but this is my favorite thing to do. You ready? Hard boil some eggs. And then, you know, take the egg and then cut it in half. Put it on your plate. Put this on top of it. Drizzle a little olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then eat it with a knife and fork. It's really my favorite thing. I do it all the time when I'm home by myself. You know, or make a plate of it in a salad bowl with some tahini and some hummus. Put a fried egg on top. I really like eggs in this salad. It tastes really good together. My kids love it. They'll make a piece of like whole grain toast, a little bit of tempeh cream cheese, this on top with some salt and pepper, or even a couple slices of avocado. It's really versatile, but I know if you try it, you're really gonna like it. Like the next dish, you're really gonna like. Is that good? Let's see if any more comments. It looks delicious. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Susan. Andrew, you get to taste after. Susan says. Susan said Andrew seems to be on keep the camera straight mission. It is because it's not charged and he has to charge it, that's why. Okay, so we're going to have the last dish before we go back to taking out the chicken shawarma. So again, hi.
Another question.
Oh, there's another question. Do you always cook Mediterranean food? This is my first. Susan, no. I don't usually cook Mediterranean food. I went to Israel last week on a women's trip. So I went with 400 women from New Jersey. We went all over Israel and toured and met the most amazing women, but ate the most amazing food. And it reminded me how much I love all of these salads and all this kind of food. So I figured this is my Israeli inspired. What I usually cook is really easy, simple, homemade meals that are full of all ingredients. So it's stuff like this, maybe different spices. I do like a lot of Mexican. I do like American, a little bit of French. I can't really eat cheese, so I don't really do anything with cheese. But if there's some recipes that you would like us to do, please email me. Please email Superhero, Domestic Superhero. We want to make meals that you'll be interested in seeing, you'll be interested in doing. Things that maybe are a little bit more difficult, like making grape leaves. I can make those. I'm going to make challah the next couple days for my family down here. Let me think what else. I'm thinking what else I made. You know, I made this salad this weekend and I put corn and avocado in it. So it's really a good base for anything that you make. But Mediterranean really, you know, if you look at the Mediterranean diet, it's really so good for you with the olive oil and the chickpeas and everything else. Let's see if we have any more questions. We're good for now. Okay. So next, I need to get another bowl. Okay. I can slow down now. I know I'm going really fast. Okay. So we're going to make brown rice, pistachio, and raisin. One of the reasons I really like this dish is I had it in Israel. It's got so much flavor. And for those of us that eat brown rice as our carb or as our, you know, the side dish for dinner, a side dish for lunch, I figured just zipping it up a little bit would be good. So I really like ready-made brown rice. From the Trader Joe's, it comes in a bag of 4. I usually buy 6 of them at one time because my kids will pop this in the microwave, put a little Israeli salad on top of some black beans and a little cheese and have a Mexican-inspired meal. So in a bowl, you're going to put 3 cups of rice. So for me, I'm going to use 2 packages. And plus, my family's going to eat this later and tomorrow, so it'll be good. Here you go, great. Okay, so this is with the raisins. So what I did is I put the raisins into a little bowl, and I'm going to soak them so they plump up and they're not more like dried fruit. I have a little Instant Hot over here. Without burning myself. While we make it, these are gonna soak. Okay. So first we're gonna take the scallions. So scallions usually come like this. Again, you always have more than you need when you buy scallions. So I would usually, excuse me, oh Susan, thank you so much. No cheese for you either? Good. I'm not a big cheese lover. Okay, so when you have all the scallions, you only need for this about half a cup, so that's about 3 or 4. But what I usually do is I'll cut up the whole bag, and then I'll put it in the freezer. I'll put them in the fridge, and I'll put some in the freezer. You could add scallions to this, you could add scallions to this, you could add scallions to the chicken shawarma, you could add scallions to everything. But if you have them in the freezer already cut up, you're more likely to use them. If you're making fried rice, you can put it in there. If you're making any real chicken dish, you can put it on really anything you put onions in. So this, you can cut it all up. And some people say don't cut it up to the top. I usually cut it up to there. Not so much to the top. But I do like to take off the first layer. And these look a little small, so I think I might add another one. Just make sure they're nice and green and white at the bottom. You want to make sure you definitely look at your food and look and see, make sure it's clean. Like I bought the mushrooms I made earlier. They were so dirty, and usually I'm not big at like washing them off because I like a little bit of dirt in your diet ain't so bad. But they were really dirty, so I had to definitely clean them up today. Okay, so I'm going to move my rice so that you can definitely see what I'm doing. I'm going to leave this up here so you can see it. So again, when I'm cutting scallions, you want to line them all up. They smell good. He's laughing at me. You don't like the way they smell? Oh, we have a comment? Oh, coffee in your hand. I didn't realize. You're right. I didn't realize I did that. So I will wash my hands. Who's that? Thanks, Sherry. Didn't realize it. I appreciate you letting me know. So I will start all over. Okay. You don't need to put raisins in it. You can put any dried fruit that you want to put in it. That would work as well. So again, I'm going to make sure I have all the little things off. I'll rinse them. Make sure they look nice and hearty, nice and healthy. I'll rinse these off. There we go. Okay, I'll even take, let's see, take a different knife. I'll use a different knife as well. I'll cut the bottoms off. So you're going to cut the bottoms off because you're not going to use that. Then you're just going to cut the rest. You're going to cut small, and you try to get the same size. I think it tastes better that way. It's a better mouthfeel. It looks better. So you're going to cut this all the way to the top. And remember, we're only needing half a cup, but you like to have some for later. Anybody not like scallions? You don't need to use scallions if you don't like them. You can use onions, you can use shallots, anything else that you like, but I like scallions for this. There we go. Okay. So I didn't use like this top part. So I'm going to put that right onto the rice. Probably a little bit more than half a cup, but we like scallions in our house, so it's good. Okay, and then I already chopped up, let's see, 1/3 cup of pistachios. I added some walnuts in there as well because my family likes the walnuts too. And then we're going to use some more flat leaf parsley. So again, if you're going to have recipes that use the same thing, then you'll use up the parsley. So you want a 1/4 cup. So we're not going to cut off as much. Remember, I pre-washed this. We'll cut up this much. Maybe a little bit more. And again, you're going to use a big knife. If you don't like the little stems, make sure you take out the stems. I don't mind them. So you're going to cut it up, hold it on the top of your knife. And when you're going to pull it, all the pieces back in, keep cutting until they're really nice and small. So for the salad, I didn't care if we had big pieces and small pieces, but for this, I do. So you want to make sure they're all kind of uniform. You're going to cut them, you're going to chop it, and then chop it some more. Anybody else like chopping? I really find it really therapeutic. I don't know if anyone else does. Where's the beef? Already no beef here. I don't eat meat. No beef here. You know, my family eats meat. I do prepare meat, but I don't eat it. The chicken's well enough for me. Some chicken, turkey, that works for me as well. I think we're going to go over our time with the chicken a little bit, but here we got all the good parsley. We're going to put that in there. And then I got some fresh mint from my garden. So I put it into a bowl. So some fresh mint, so we're just going to pick these off. We're going to do the same thing. You know, mint's really inexpensive in the stores. I also like to, oh, it smells so good. I also like to grow it, so do that too. There we go. So we want all the stems. We don't like the stems for the mint. But you know, with the mint, what I do a lot is I take a cup of hot water and put the mint leaves in it. Let it sit for, I don't know, 3 to 4 minutes. Take the mint leaves out. I like it really hot, so I usually heat it up again. But then you can add a little bit of honey, and it's beautiful, really good tea. Especially if you have a stomach ache, or if your kids have a stomach ache. I used to put it in my kids' bottles when they were really little, if they had an upset stomach or indigestion, or even a little bit of gas. So you want to chop off the mint. So having the herbs in the salad, the mint and the parsley, really, really good. There we go. And by doing this, you're letting out all the really good oils. Can you smell the mint, honey? He said, yes, you can smell the mint. I don't know why he's not talking, but usually he doesn't stop talking. But today, no talking for him. So the oils are going to all be released, and so you'll be able to taste it when you have the rice. There we go. Okay. Oh, and then we have a little bit of lemon zest. So if you don't know what a zester looks like, you get some lemons. I think we only need one. This is a zester. So what basically the zest, I've already washed these. The zest is the outside of the lemon, the peel. So you're going to take a zester, and this is a, let me see, it's called a microplane. I'm sure I got it at Target or Walmart or whatever your superstore is, or even Bed Bath & Beyond. Take it over the salad. You can see the little lemon that's coming off of it. You're going to get all the lemon. You can see it like peels off the outside of the lemon. You don't want to go too deep, because then you'll have the pith in it, that white stuff, and it doesn't taste very good. So you have in this recipe about a teaspoon. So that's about a whole lemon. So I'm going to keep going. This is something that if you have kids, you don't really want them to do, because I always lose a nail. But today I cut off all my nails, so I won't be losing any nails. Oop. These lemons are kind of small. If you're new at this, I would recommend getting one of those big-ass lemons so you can hold on to it better. I don't know if you can see all the lemon peel in there. Can you see it? Let's see. My computer went down. Let's see. Ernie thought my "no, where's the beef" was funny. Thank you, Ernie. You're just going to re-up it. So, because it's small, I'm going to do another one just to get enough in there. And if you ask anybody that knows me, I love lemon. I love lemon drinks. I love lemon in everything. So I like to put a lot of lemon in my meals. I washed everything before we started, so that I had everything washed, and I put it in the packaging so that everything was ready. I washed absolutely everything before we started. You made 2 or 3 comments about it. I will wash it on camera next time, but I thought I'd be saving time. There we go. Get all the lemon out. And these are super easy to find. They're super cheap and super good. Okay. So next we have a little bit of ground cumin, which, remember again, is a different kind of spice. So it says about a 1/4 teaspoon, so that's a little bit in your hand. I can tell by my eye, but you can definitely measure it. A little bit of olive oil. So we have about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, so about 2 gloves. And a little bit of black pepper. Right in there. And mix it. So again, you can add whatever herbs or whatever spices, but the basis of this is the brown rice and the dried fruit with herbs. So you want to do basil and parsley, you want to do mint and coriander, whatever it is. Oh, it smells so good. do whatever kind of nuts you want to have. This is pistachio and walnuts. You want to do pecans and peanuts are really good. You could do any of that too. So mix it up, and then we're going to drain our raisins. So you can see they're all nice and plump. Put the raisins in. There's my dog saying hi. He wants to eat too. And there you go. So this is brown rice with pistachio and raisins. So again, I'm Beth Neidick. This is Blue Barn Kitchen. I know I've been talking really, really fast, but I'm trying to get this all in for you guys, but the chicken's taking a little bit longer than I'd like to, so I'm going to check it in a minute. But I want to tell you again, for Blue Barn Kitchen, so we're on Domestic Superhero, that we want you to share. Please share the videos, please share all the women that are on the site. The woman that owns the site, Allison, is phenomenal. She's giving us all this collaboration opportunities to be on the site and to get to see, for you guys to see us and us to see you, to bring you great, really great dishes. My dishes are always going to be healthy. They're always going to be full of whole ingredients. They're always going to be simple, super easy, and not a lot of, well, I don't know about today. You might think today's a lot of shopping, but not a lot of effort. Because like you, I have my own business. I have kids. I have things to do. I don't have 45 minutes to an hour to really make dinner. So I do a lot of prepping. Like this is, we could pre-prep this. This is really good. You leave it in the refrigerator overnight. I'm going to go back to eggs. I know you're going to make fun of me. This is great in the morning. Instead of oatmeal or instead of any other kind of carb, some of the rice with an egg on top, or actually a little drizzle of peanut butter is really good. Or even a little of tahini is really good too. That's good. So let's see if we've got any more questions, and then we'll check out the chicken and see if it's done. And the chicken sometimes takes longer. They're little chicken thighs, so I'm hoping it's going to be done. So what we're going to do is show you how to make a great sandwich with the chicken shawarma. Let's see what else you guys got going for me. Any more questions? Let's see. Okay, so we're going to take out the chicken. Thanks, Debbie. Yes, they're always washed. Okay, so let me get out of. Open the. Oh, these look good. These are definitely done. They're not delicious. A little burnt, so it's good. Okay, so the chicken came out. We usually want to let it sit for a little bit, but we're going to take a piece and just show you what I'm going to do. So we take a piece off of here. It won't let me. Kind of got stuck a little bit, which is okay. So take a piece of the chicken. Make sure you can see. You want to take a piece of the chicken, you want to cut it into strips. Oh, it's done beautifully. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so cut it into strips like this. See, it's nice and the right color, not pink. And then you can cut that all up, put it in a bowl over the salad with over the rice with some salad. This is what my kids like to do. So you take a piece of lavash. I don't know if I showed you guys a lavash. This is lavash, so basically it's really flat bread. So you take a piece of lavash, and it comes already perforated. So you can cut it in the middle, it kind of comes apart. You're going to take a little bit of the hummus, smear it right on top, mushrooms and all. If you want to put a little bit of cucumber in there as well, you can. I might have put a little bit much. There you go. There you put a little bit of that. Take a couple pieces of the chicken. A little bit of salad on top. Oh, this looks so good. And then wrap it up just like you would a burrito. And there you go. Chicken shawarma in lavash with hummus and Israeli salad. Thank you guys so much for coming to my Mediterranean feast. I really appreciate it, and all the amazing comments. I look forward to seeing you guys again. My name is Beth Neidick. I'm from Blue Barn Kitchen. I appreciate if you would share this video and all the videos on Domestic Superhero. Hope to see you guys again.